Hey everyone, the Jose32 back again, and I promised there would be more writer backs to review, and here they are. These are the Magic Makers Ink decks, which I decided to review separately because the other video already went 30 minutes for 25 decks, which is not bad. I apologize again for the length, but I mean, it's 25 decks in 30 minutes. That's like a minute and a half each, or not even, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's just over a minute each deck, which is pretty good considering most deck reviews I do are like 10 to 12 or even 15 minutes for one deck. You gotta give me props for that. Alright, these are the decks from Magic Makers Inc. There's a yellow writer back, fairly standard. It says yellow deck on the side and on top, and the bottom has a Magic Makers Inc. information and their website. I haven't seen anything new from them lately, however. Then there's a purple one, purple deck, a green one, a red one, a black one, which I took the seal off for some reason, and a blue one. And each one is a little bit different. There's also reversed backs. There's red, and this is what it looks like. Black, and blue. And these ones are basically the same as the other ones, just with reverse backs. And I'll look at those as well. There are also reverse backs in yellow and green, but I did not get them because I have enough decks as it is sitting around. Anyways, the blue deck has a 3 of clubs reveal right there. It has a standard, actually a couple of gimmick cards here. This one is a standard ace of spades on one side with a blue deck ace of spades on the other side. And this is a standard ace of spades with a standard, almost standard writer back on the other side. It's not quite standard because it has this kind of dark blue around the edges, and it's a little bit different shade of blue than a standard writer back from what I can recall. And then you also have a blank card. The rest of the cards are fairly standard except they have blue faces. Spades and clubs have white pips, hearts and diamonds have red pips, as you can see. Court cards have a lot of yellows and reds. And you got one joker. And I think that's it. I think these decks all come with just one joker because they have all these gaff cards in them. Handle pretty good, just like any deck of bicycle cards. And the backs, like I said, are slightly different because they have these kind of darker borders around the cards, and the colors are slightly different than a standard writer back, if I recall correctly. I could check because I have them here somewhere, but then I'd have to find them. But just take my word for it, the colors are slightly different. The only downside to these cards, which is why they released the reverse backs, is that the borders don't match up with the colors of the faces, so you can easily see if you have a card reversed, and it kind of sucks for Magic. So if you're gonna have borders on the deck of playing cards, always make sure that the borders match their faces, otherwise it sucks. And if you're not gonna have borders, that's fine, but if you are gonna have borders, make sure they match the faces. It's so much better. That's the only downside, and also because of that, the edges will obviously wear out eventually. That's that one. If I show you the reverse back quickly, you'll see it has the same gimmicks. And the same cards. The only difference is you got blue borders with white backs, which means if you reverse a card, You can't freaking tell. That's why I was so happy when they released these decks, because I do like these decks. I just don't like the borders being white. And also I think it looks so much better with white backs with blue borders or black borders or whatever than it does with kind of standard backs. Anyway, that's what you get with the blue cards. For black ones, I have a 2 of spades reveal. And this one actually doesn't have any reveals, by the way, just in case you wanted. So that's the only slight difference, aside from the backs. And these ones are pretty cool. You got a couple gimmick cards. You have this Queen of Hearts that has a Joker on the back. It's a double facer. You have a 2 of spades that has this back, which makes it look like you have a handful of cards, and then you compress them and you've got only one card. And it also has a blank card. And this one actually has no jokers, except for this one. This is the only joker you have, which is a double facer. No other jokers other than that. And the rest of the cards, fairly standard. They got white pips for black, white pips for black. What am I saying? They have white pips for spades and clubs, red pips for hearts and diamonds, court cards, lots of reds and yellows and whites, and some blues. And other than that, fairly standard. Ace of spades is in here somewhere. It's standard as well, as you can see. This deck actually came with one more gimmick card, which I think I might have one somewhere still, but I did give one away with one of my contest prizes recently. It's a regular 2 of clubs, a regular 2 of spades, I should say, with the red standard box face on the back, which I don't have anymore because I used it for, I put it in one of my prizes. The reverse back has no reveals on it again, which is kind of weird. It has a blank card, the double face card, the Joker and the Queen of Hearts, and then that's it for gimmicks. From what I can see, I think there was the same. Let me just see here quickly. Yeah, no other gimmicks, no jokers. It did have the same gimmick with the 2 of spades. I just don't know where it is. Might be in my red deck. Anyway, same deck, much better back design. Of course, the borders are going to wear out eventually, but it's got basically the same back design as the Black Tiger decks, which I love. Alright. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, so just bear with me. Then we have the red one. The red deck has a 3 of clubs reveal on the flats. And it's got, yes, red faces. Awesome. It's kind of like the red dragon deck, the red dragon deck, I should say. It has some more gimmicks. This one is a King of Clubs and King of Spades, half King of Spades, half King of Clubs, and it has a black back. Kind of cool. And then we have a double backer. This is a red and black. Kind of goes with this gimmick. It's right here. And we have a blank card. And the rest of the cards, nothing too special. I mean, standard bicycles. You got black pips for the spades and clubs, white pips for the hearts and diamonds. Court cards, kind of like the other ones, lots of color. And I have red faces, kind of like the Brimstone deck. which is kind of cool. And it has one joker, which is always nice. Alright, and time to look at the last standard deck, or reverse deck I should say, that I have in my collection for the time being. Again, no reveals on the flaps, not sure why they didn't do that on the reverse backs. And what you get is a blank card. You get the same King of Spades, King of Clubs with a black back, and you get the same double backer. And everything else is the same as well, with one joker in here somewhere. Pretty cool. Ace of Spades, by the way, is in here somewhere. There it is. Kind of the same as like the Red Dragon deck with a white pip. And again, you get a white back with red borders, which is so much better for Magic. And now I'm thinking I should get the other two decks, the green and the yellow, in reverse back, but we'll see. Because you can never have too many yellow decks in your collection, right? And green decks. This is the green deck. Has a Three of Clubs reveal as well, like most of the other ones. It has a blank card and a double-sided blank card and a regular double backer. And the rest of the cards, they look like Christmas. Believe it or not. Perfect for this time of year. They have white pips for the clubs and spades, red pips for the hearts and diamonds. Does that look like Christmas or what? And then you got one joker. Ace of Spades is white as well. And that's what you get in that deck. As you can see, white borders, which kind of suck. With the green faces, obviously. Next is one of my favorites, kind of, the purple deck. They have not released this one in a reverse pack. I don't understand why. I'd love to see it, because I like it. And this one has a Three of Clubs reveal as well. They all seem to have the same reveal, except for one I think had a different one. And we get a double-sided blank card, a regular blank card, and a double backer, just like that last deck we looked at a moment ago, the green deck. And this is kind of cool. You got white pips for clubs and spades, yellow pips for hearts and diamonds, one joker, and the Ace of Spades right there. It's pretty cool. I like the yellow pips and everything. It's pretty cool. Not too many decks have yellow pips, aside from this one. And then finally, the yellow deck, which is available in reverse back. And it also has a Three of Clubs reveal. Go figure. Hard to tell. These ones are a little bit better than the yellow ones that I was looking at in the last video. They're not as bright. Much better. As you can see, you can actually see them. They're not fanning out too well though for some reason. But you can actually, unlike those yellow rider backs, you can make out the back design of this one. It's not too damn bright. This one you get the $1 Million Monty gimmick. Ace of Diamonds, Two of Clubs with an Ace of Diamonds pip. Ace of Diamonds with a Two of Clubs pip. And you get a blank card. Hearts and Diamonds are in red pips, as you can see. We have one joker. And Clubs and Spades are in black, which is pretty cool. And lots of color on the court cards again. And the Ace of Spades is, whoop, there it is, white pip with black indices and everything else. And yellow face is kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know, puke or piss or something. Or the sun, or whatever you prefer. But it's really yellow. Looks almost like a sickening yellow color, like I was saying. But it's not bad. Pull that out in the collection. Definitely, if you're into collecting cards, I'd recommend picking these all up. If not, then, you know, don't run out and buy them. You can still find them. All these rider backs I've been reviewing, you'll be able to find most of them on PokerStud52 or other sellers, which shall remain nameless. You're not going to find the Titaniums or the Masters Edition on PokerStud52 because they are Illusionist and Fury 11 decks, and he doesn't carry those. But you can find the rest of them all reasonably priced with very reasonable shipping rates to anywhere in the world. So check out PokerStud52 on eBay. Tell them I sent you, and you'll get a good discount, and I get credit for it. And hopefully I'll be getting some free decks soon. Alright, hasn't been too bad. 16 minutes, a 16-minute video for 9 decks I think I reviewed. Not bad. Not even 2 minutes of video, a deck, so that's pretty cool. Again, apologize for it being a little bit lengthy, but it's not too bad. I do plan on reviewing a couple more decks, mainly the Fantastique, which will be on the Royal Ace Society. So check out the Royal Ace Society for the Fantastique deck review. Which is this one right here. Alright, and I will also be doing a review on this one, and maybe even a trick, so we'll see how things go. Alright, see you next time.